Salutations. We're here right on time, precisely at 9 o'clock. That is some absolute machine like precision there. It's amazing how we just consistently, like just like uh, just like a Ford or Dodge assembly plant are putting out our thing consistently. Are they off strike yet? I don't know. Anyway, we're doing our Star Wars role play, and at the end of the last session, the guys blew up a freighter because it was a pirate, probably.
Oh, it was.
It could have been a pirate, so yeah, it had to die.
Well, it was exhibiting pirate-like behavior. So
yeah, it was following you. Well, it did shoot. Didn't it shoot at you? Yeah, it shot at you once.
It did.
So,
and they said they wanted to board us, and that's not cool.
No, I mean they said they were the cops, but they wanted to board you.
Did they say they were the cops?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah,
But
the equivalent.
They were surely pirates. All right, so you guys have just ended combat with a very busted up and blown up freighter. Druto just kept sinking plasma bolt after bolt into it until it cracked open and vented bits out. What's your next move? You win. Now what?
Let's see. Is the headhunter still on scope?
It's still on your sensors, yeah.
Okay. Can I pull an ID from that?
Did you already pull that one?
I pulled it from the freighter.
Okay. I feel like that's backwards, but I might be wrong. The what?
The 3 legs.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
The 3 legs.
Yeah, I don't think I'd pulled one from the
headhunter. Okay. So you kind of like fiddle with your sensors for a second, and you're pulling down the ID on it, and it IDs itself as the Sleek Runner.
Sleek Runner. Okay. Okay.
Druto, you just killed somebody.
Maybe multiple somebodies.
How are you handling it?
That freighter could fit a couple hundred people.
Oh, goodness.
Standing shoulder to shoulder, island of Fiji style.
That would not be a thought that occurred to him.
So what is he thinking?
Okay, we got it.
Good.
And then I mean, he called over the comms earlier about the headhunter and knows that it's out of range. So he's kind of like, well, at least it's not shooting at us.
Yeah, it's still headed away from you towards the other planet. Let's see. You were traveling at a pretty good clip. Are you still traveling at an increased speed?
Yeah. I think we had bumped it up to go all out to chase down the freighter.
Okay.
So I'm going, since we're not in a huge hurry and we can't really catch the headhunter, I'm just going to dial it back to high speed.
Okay. So that'll put you, say, 10 minutes. Let's see. That would be have space. Well, we'll call it 15 minutes out from the other planet.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
Okay. So Ral just kind of like, they're dead. All right. And heads off towards the other planet.
On with business.
Well, now that that's done.
Is the headhunter headed towards the planet?
Yes.
It's headed towards Donato?
Yes.
Oh, this could be fun.
So, Druto, what do you do?
He's probably gonna head back to the cockpit in the interim and try to watch the sensors to see what he can pick up, and he'd probably be like, hey Rao, did you get the ID on that ship? Do we know where it's going?
What, the headhunter?
Yeah, where did it go?
Looks like it's headed to the same planet we are. It's
Mm.
called the Sleek Runner.
That's stupid. What a terrible name.
Well, you know how pirates are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their stupid pirate ways.
Sleek.
So Druto settles in next to the sensors and he's just kind of chilling out.
Yeah, he's gonna try to see if he can tell ballpark where if it's landing anywhere specific, or if it's like the same general landing area as we're going to, or if it's private or something. If he can tell that sort of thing.
You guys would be headed back to the city starport.
Right.
With its very round and not at all weird looking landing pads.
Very particularly shaped landing pads.
Yeah, they were particularly shaped to be effective at being landing pads.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
No one needs a visual assistance on this. So that's where you're headed. You're going on for another, say, 3 or 4 minutes, and you see on the sensors, Druto, you see there's a couple of incoming ships.
Okay. What are they?
So you start fiddling around, and looks like it's another pair of headhunters coming in.
Oh joy. Can I read the IDs on them?
Yeah. You keep focused on them for a bit. So the way that I'm playing this is that, like, you're sending out data as part of your transponder, but it's not something that you'll just be able to unpack as part of a sensor's ping, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You have to kind of focus on it and then like collect enough data to be able to unpack it, especially if you're at a distance. So
Sure.
anyway,
Makes sense.
So the first one is named Patrol 035, and the other one is named Patrol 034.
Okay. These guys look like they might actually be planet security people.
So now Rao knows that there's ships coming in.
Oh, actual security? That's good.
Yeah, hopefully.
So you head on your way. You don't do anything to change course. You head on your way. And when they get into about comms range, you get a hail on your comms.
I'll answer it. Hey.
This is system security. We have reports of pirate activity out here.
Yeah, sure was.
We heard that a freighter has been fired on and potentially destroyed by another freighter out over the planet Raffle. You're headed from that direction. Anything you'd like to tell us?
Yeah, the freighter that they tried to board us. So we shot at them.
And there was a headhunter that shot at us too.
A headhunter. Do you have any more information about these vessels?
Yeah, the Sleek Runner, that one that came in ahead of us.
And what, 3 legs or third leg or something like that?
Yeah, that's the one. They went pirate on us.
Pirate.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, they
That's
shot
it.
at us.
They shot at us and said they were going to board us.
All right. Understood. Head for the public landing pads and set down. We'll have someone to collect some flight data from you.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're flying over, and they kind of like wheel around, and they're escorting you back to the planet.
Mhm.
But they don't they haven't powered up weapons. They don't seem to be doing anything particularly threatening. They're not, like behind you the whole time, pointing their guns at you. They're just kind of nearby.
Would Rao have his comms and such set up to record communications and stuff for them to check?
Probably not. I mean, he's probably not going to be recording
Okay.
stuff.
Because Rao would definitely know this, and I'm pretty sure Druto would too, because it has to do with the workings of a starship. The flight computer would record things like the general maneuverings of a ship over a certain amount of time, plus like weapon discharges and so on. It's required by law. So yeah, sure, some people might not actually be doing that, but it's something you could provide as evidence.
But it might not. He might not record like the actual comms exchange. Just, you could say a call went out, but that's all you could see. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Like there would be the kind of systems logs you would expect of, comms activated, comms
Right.
deactivated.
And our sensor data would still be on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm assuming you're going to be doing this, so interrupt me if I'm wrong. You head back to the planet, and you sit down at the quite well thought out and designed starport area, and you land, and you step off of the ship.
Yep.
Druto, do you accompany him?
Yes, but I make sure to bring all my stuff.
Okay. Including the backpack?
Yes.
Okay.
And my blaster, which I will not aim threateningly, but will bring along.
And he's got his rifle slung on his shoulder. So you guys, Druto runs back and grabs all his stuff off of the bunk he's been using, runs back up to where Rao's lowering the ramp, and the two of you head down together.
Is he
And-
making a run for it again?
We're gonna leave in a while. Are you getting a hotel room? Are you staying? You head down the ramp, and you see near the bottom of the ramp a man in a uniform holding a clipboard, because clipboards are the weapon of tyranny, obviously.
It's so true.
Well, Druto is going to be trying to play it cool. He's trying to remind himself, it's okay. We didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. They know it was somebody else.
I'm so tempted to make you roll that, but I don't want history to repeat itself. Yeah, that would be bad. He's just kind of playing it cool. And so the guy with the clipboard kind of looks at Druto like, yes, Mr. Rail Bernard. Are you the captain of this vessel?
Yep, that's me.
Very good. Here we are. I have some forms for you, and he kind of hands you uh, like a list of like legalese scrawled out on a piece of, I think they call it flimsiplast, whatever. Paper.
Okay.
Star Warsy space paper. And he says, and so if you're prepared, I would like to copy the recordings.
Just give me a minute to look through these things first.
Oh, yes. All right. Very good. And yes, all of my bureaucrats are going to sound and speak the same way.
Because they're basically interchangeable.
They're from the same stock.
Okay. Raul will kind of like leaf through the pages while he's looking around for Bally Josto.
Didn't Raul send a transmission out about pirates or something? I was trying to remember.
I don't think
I
Did I
so.
make that up?
I don't think
I think-
so.
Okay.
Yeah, I
He
think you.
just suspected it for a long time.
Okay.
Were you going to add something?
No.
Joe? No. Okay. So you're kind of like looking through this like big, dense thing of legalese, and some of it's detailing your rights, and some of it's detailing what the authorities like consider themselves to have the right to access. And actually, it's not the worst you've ever seen.
Okay.
They just seem like they're being really careful to disclose where the lines are drawn.
I see. So do I get any kind of like do I get any kind of idea what all of this stuff is about? They're just trying to
Yeah, like there's parts on there about evidence collection and like your right to representation and so on. I mean, you just talk to the local cops
okay.
and they're wanting to get flight computer information.
About people shooting at us.
Yes, and you shooting them and killing them.
Well, I didn't kill anyone.
You just told him to.
I just told him to.
They don't know I was the one at the turret. I could have been flying the ship.
Or just a passenger.
Yeah. You could have manually controlled them. Don't pin this on me. It's not my ship.
He's got his backpack. He can just go.
See ya.
So Druto,
Druto just walks off into the crowd.
yeah, Ral is sitting there, kind of like, looking through this sheet of text. What does Druto do or want to do?
It might cross his mind to see if he can get out of this and go talk to Bally, but the thought of business transactions makes him anxious. So so he's not gonna do that. He's just gonna kind of stand around. He'll probably pull out his data pad and see if did he see where the headhunter landed? I mean, ballpark. Could he tell if it was in the same general landing area or if it was a private landing spot?
Was it the next
he was-
pad over?
Was it like across the city or further
So
away?
I'm gonna assume on your way down you were paying special attention
Yes.
to the starport area.
Yeah.
You didn't
trying
see
to
it.
Find it.
Yeah, you didn't see it landed anywhere there.
Okay.
It kind of disappeared from your sensors after a bit while you were headed to the planet. It was traveling a good bit faster than you guys were.
Okay.
So-
Could I tell if it was like headed far away from the city or not really?
It wasn't that close to it, but like you had to go around the curve of the planet a bit to get to the city anyway.
Okay.
It's pretty
Gotcha.
hard to say.
Okay. Okay. Well, he's gonna try to search for the name of the ship.
Okay, so you start
Uh,
fiddling on your data pad. Well,
What was it? The Sleek Runner or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say in a relatively short amount of time, you don't see any kind of official registry or listing of ships that you can just like dig into.
Okay.
Yeah, depends on how much searching you're going to do.
I mean, he's just standing there, so it depends on how much time the other stuff takes.
I see. Okay.
Hmm.
So you kind of you dig around for a couple of minutes or so, and you haven't found any kind of official registry or listing. All right. So Ral, you've been kind of like skimming this sheet of text with the official kind of waiting on you. So what do you do next?
He'll just eventually go, all right, whatever, man, let's go. And he'll start heading back up his ramp.
Okay. So you head up the ramp and you get to the top of the ramp, and the hyper squirrel is kind of sitting in one of the entertainment area seats, and he just kind of like locks his eyes on the official and just kind of watches him as he walks past. The official doesn't seem to notice him.
Okay.
So Druto, they've gone back up into the ship. You're on the ramp.
He's gonna go back up the ramp too. He wants to know what's happening.
Okay.
He's just gonna do it awkwardly and stand to the side and try to look unthreatening with his gun,
Yeah.
slung over his shoulder.
So Ral and the official head up to the cockpit, and the official says, "Oh, yes, very nice. Yeah, mostly factory standard still. This vessel's in quite good shape."
Yeah, thanks, man. You know your stuff.
Well, the Cazellas was always a personal favorite. And so he kind of seems to know what he's doing, and he goes and, let's just say, he taps his data pad to like a certain part of the console, and then it brings up a little prompt on his data pad where he's, could you please provide access here? So there's like a little button for you to push to provide access.
Okay, he'll press it.
And so it takes like half a second, and it says complete. All right, thank you very much. That will be it. Have a good day. And so he heads off down the ramp and he leaves.
All right, see you later, man. As soon as he leaves, Ral will turn to Druto and say, I hope we never see that guy again.
Druto's like,
Yeah, Druto was thinking, why would you say that? But he didn't say it. So he just kind of gives him a look.
All right, well, I'll start heading back down the ramp after that guy leaves and get on the comms with Bally Josto.
Hey, Ral. Hey,
man. We
Yeah,
just landed.
great. We're making our way around the city, and we'll be there in about, how long is it gonna? Yeah, we'll be there in about 5 to 10.
All right, sounds good.
Yes, excellent. And I've got the data pad. I've got everything. So, yeah. Well, let's get this deal settled out.
All right. See you when you're here.
There you go. So he's on his way.
Mm.
What do you guys do to kill time the next 5-10 minutes?
Raoul's just going to mill around, mill around, look at the other ships that are in any of the other landing pads, things like that.
Yeah, there's a few other, small freighters around. Looks like there's not, it's not exactly a bustling starport, but there's other freighters around. People dropping off bulk goods mostly.
Yeah, he's mostly just going to wait around.
Druto.
Druto will mostly do the same, except he's gonna be paranoid about it, and he's gonna be looking for headhunters and anybody that looks like a pirate.
A man walks up to you wearing an eye patch.
Hey, that's a stereotype.
And
Which
a
he
black bandana.
He would
over his
probably
head.
go for.
And he's got a red sash around his waist and a frilly button-up shirt, only half buttoned up.
Please tell me he has a space parrot.
Yeah,
And
he has a vibro cutlass at his waist. He's wearing shin high boots. He's got a big hat with a feather. I don't know. So you guys just kind of chill, and sure enough, like within about 5 to 10 minutes, a big transport speeder comes up into the starport area, and they're kind of looking around. They see you, and they
wave them up, wave them over.
They come over and set down the transport speeder. Ballyjosto hops out. Looks like there's a guy driving it. Ballyjosto hops out and walks over. Hey guys, hey
man,
here we are at the end. Boy, this has been this has been a great business deal for all of us, I think. So you got the parts. That's good. Great. Yeah. Oh, here you go. Right. Here's the data pad. He just hands it to Druto. Druto happens to be closer. It's the financials pad.
He looks at it for a good 30 seconds, and then tries to hand it to Raoul. And if Raoul isn't paying attention, then he'll kind of like tap him with it.
Raoul just take it. he like won't even really look at it. Oh yeah, whatever.
So go ahead and review the manifest there and make sure everything's in place. I've checked it 10 times, but go ahead and make sure you check it on your
end. Sure. So would it be appropriate for Raoul to like check the manifest versus the stuff he actually has in his freighter?
You mean like physically inspecting it?
Right.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah. You got like a kind of like a minor manifest with each of the 3 groups of parts and stuff.
Okay.
So like from those manifests, you would be able to like compile a list and compare it. It looks like everything's there from that, but you can go back and look yourself if you want.
Okay. Well, if the manifests are lining up, that'll be good enough for Raoul.
Okay.
Looks like everything's adding up.
All right, perfect. Just down there at the bottom, just hit finalize.
All right, he hits finalize.
Perfect, gentlemen. It's been great doing business with you. Yeah. So say hi to the Glardis family. Tell them I'll be here, waiting for their next order.
All right, sounds good, man. By the way, have you heard of a freighter called the Third Leg?
Third Leg. That sounds familiar. I don't know. Maybe. Why? Why do you ask?
Or a headhunter called the Sleek Runner?
The Sleek Runner. Not really.
Okay. Well, those two went pirate on us. And we
Pirate.
had to defend ourselves, right, Drudo?
Yeah, we kind of had to chase the headhunter off. We weren't quite quick enough to catch it, but they were shooting at us, so we took out the freighter.
A pirate.
They were gonna board us and stuff. We're not having that.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Headhunters, they're not hyperdrive capable. What were they thinking?
I don't know. It was headed back toward the planet when it ran away from us after it attacked us, and we took care of ourselves.
Did you see it down here somewhere in the port?
No, it took off too far away from us. We couldn't catch up. I didn't see it.
There are a number of other facilities around the planet. That's a little worrying. But
yeah.
don't worry. I'm sure the authorities are going to get to the bottom of it.
Well, and that Poro guy kind of was a jerk when we got there, so I don't know if he had anything to do with it. Yeah, but anyway, he didn't get us, so just be careful.
The 3-leg. Yeah, I think that was one of his ships, right? Maybe.
I don't know, but it's going now.
Well, not alone. Yep, that's what happened.
And Bally just says, I didn't hear anything. Yeah, I'm sure pirates got what they deserved. No problem.
Yep, that's how it went.
All right, gentlemen. Are you heading out right away?
Yep, got to get these parts back.
Okay, well, let me know next time you're in the area. The Glardises will probably be sourcing out of here. They always really liked using us for their parts, so maybe we'll see each other in the future.
Yeah, I hope so. See you later, Bally.
Yeah, you guys take care.
Raul start heading back up his ramp.
Yeah, he heads off back to his cargo airspeeder, and looks like they're headed off.
Druso will give him an enthusiastic handshake before he leaves.
Okay.
But doesn't know what to say, but really likes the guy.
He kind of takes it in stride. So he's good. And then he heads off back to his transport. All right. So you guys get back in the ship and you take off, and 80 headhunters are just swarming you, and it's over. You're dead. No, you make your way out of the system and you head back to the Glardis family hidden starship modding base. And you make it. Yay!
Yay, we did it.
We didn't die.
You didn't.
Again.
You escaped death.
Somehow. By the skin of our teeth.
Hey, we did pretty good. Had some skillful flying and shooting.
So let's move on to, let's see. We have at least 2 or 3 things I'd like to do. Let's go ahead and assign character points.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do 6 for both of you.
All right.
Plus one each for being fairly slumpy.
Thanks. I feel real slumpy.
Yeah, I could go for some slumpy. So 7 total for both of you.
Nice.
So if you want to go ahead and assign those, feel free to do that. That brings Druto's total to 7. I happen to know that.
Yes, you would be correct.
Because Druto had 0.
Yes.
That's correct.
Druto could have used a character point to inflict more damage, except he couldn't.
Well, I certainly wasn't going to do it to dodge.
No.
I'm trying to think what all skills Ral really used this time. I guess he used mostly space transports and con.
Yeah,
For the one con roll.
Yeah, Khan was in use by the Ral for sure. Let's see. Is there anything that you did that you would like to pick up a skill for? The cost of acquiring skills is actually pretty low.
I might, but I don't remember what it's associated with, so I don't know if that matters.
It would determine the cost.
I did use the sensors a lot.
You
I
did.
used sensors and gunnery, and that was pretty much all he did in terms of his skills. He ate a lot,
Did you
and
guys?
he watched movies. And on the way back, he's probably going to be like looking over all the parts on their way back when he's not watching movies or sleeping. So.
Okay, so I was thinking that we were considering doing a bit of a hiatus anyway when we talked the last time. So how about this? Let's say the characters are going to be spending some time pursuing like whatever kind of interest that interests them for a bit. So let's say you can increase any skill you want to. And we'll just say that that accounts for some of the time that they spend between now and whenever.
Okay.
Let's see. There's actually rules about this.
I would probably need to look through some of the skills to see if I wanted to pick up some of the salvage type stuff.
Oh, true. So I am recalling that there are ways to modify the cost of increasing a skill.
Okay.
And some of it has to do with like hiring a teacher. You can modify certain roles by choosing to spend more or less time doing them. So I'm going to see if there's something fairly specific about the cost of increasing skills similar to how you would use a skill. What kind of skills are you both considering adding right now?
I'm considering increasing space transports and con for Ral. That would use up 7 skill points for him, leaving him at 3. I'm not sure if there's anything else he would really want to raise. He might want to raise his hide skill. Actually, even if he didn't use it this time around, yeah, I think he might want to raise that as well. He's got a specialization in that, so that should only cost 2, leaving him with 1 character point left.
Let me see if I can find a rule that I can use or perhaps repurpose.
Okay. That has to do with like extended periods of time.
Right. Or finding a teacher.
Okay.
It might be appropriate for Druto to spend some time with the Galardis family.
Yeah,
And
I was thinking similar things.
yeah. And they would be willing to provide basically teaching for free. Especially if it's working on
His own ship.
Druto's ship. Yeah.
Which-
because that would help a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I could help them out with it and still learn a lot. They might be able to fix some of the weird things that I did. Some of them.
Oh, the weird things give it character.
Oh yeah, so it wouldn't fix all of them because Druto did it, so it's gonna have quirks. Yeah, so that's definitely one that I'm thinking about. So that would be probably the repair starship skill. I don't know if there's anything else related to that. Like I think improving kind of ties in with that. If there's anything with salvage or searching for salvage, then he might be interested in that as well. But I don't remember. I'd have to look through that source book.
Yeah, that would be
then-
the best place to go.
Yeah, and that might take a little bit.
The training time.
Like I've said before, the community version of the rule book is overall a better book. However, I didn't spend like 10 to 15 years thumbing through it. So things are in different places.
Right. So I'm looking at the revised, expanded, and updated one, and I'm not seeing anything about teachers. Oh, wait, yeah, I am.
What page are you on?
That's a good question. 27.
Yeah, that's probably around where I am.
A teacher must. Let's see.
Yeah, you guys could pick up new specializations if you so chose. The standard rule is there's no training time if you use the skill.
Right.
I'm not going to get strict on the training time since you guys are kind of planning to be doing something else, doing whatever you want, pursuing your interests for a while with the characters.
Right.
I think that does more than enough to account for it. Especially for Ral, if like he wants to raise his starship piloting, well, he already did.
Yeah.
If he wanted to raise it twice, and if he could afford it, then he could do that by raising it as a part of this, and then raising it again as part of the hiatus period. Because that's effectively two different opportunities to do it.
Well, he probably could. I think I've got enough points to do that.
Up to you as to whether that's something you would want to do.
Yeah. Well, if he spends time with the Glardus family, actually,
Well,
actually modifying his ship and actually helping do the work for it, I think that could justify like a space transports repair
oh yeah.
increase, or maybe even a specialization in his ship type.
Tell you what, let's table it just because I know at least for Druto we have some research to do about scrapping to see what
Yeah,
would be
I didn't
advisable.
I didn't see any skills specifically in the scavenger's handbook. That's what I was scanning through. But maybe there are some in the regular one I just didn't look at. If not, then maybe I could use I don't know, a search skill or I mean, we have search, but something else like that. It's kind of specialized to it. I don't know.
That would probably fall. You're thinking of like free floating wreckage type salvage or
Mm,
scrapping.
to some extent, he's thinking. I mean, I'm thinking of anything. So ship parts come in all sizes, right?
Yeah.
So if it's something he sees laying on the ground or attached to something, like I'm kind of, maybe I would like to increase his knowledge and skills about machines in general. So if he wanted to steal something or sabotage something or both at the same time, then he might could do that. Oh yeah, I'll just remove this and I'll get with me. That'll sell for something, or especially if it's somebody he doesn't like. Like, he's not gonna do that to some random person. But
I will say I would definitely let either of you guys roll a starship repair type skill to try to do that.
Hmm.
I'm going to detach this component and walk with it.
okay.
Component
But
and I are going for a
Yoink.
walk.
But he might need like a knowledge skill in what was valuable or useful, and not just he has the ability to attach it, but he can recognize it, and not just So the next time he's up at a land speeder and wants to know if there's something he can do with it, he would look at it and know, oh well, here's this part that it won't work without, and he can mess with it or detach it pretty easily, something like that. you know, or add something to it that'll make it work wrong or not work at all. Anyway, I think that would be something that he would be interested in, especially if he likes to fiddle with ships. He probably likes to fiddle with other stuff to some degree.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would broaden his skill sets a little bit too, because he's not very socially useful. It's funny, but it's not very useful.
So let's think about that. I was going to have you guys decide on what you wanted to improve on your ships also, but how about we just decide that later too?
Okay.
That's fine.
I think so. That way you have some time to think about it. You may want to like replace some parts of your ships at some point. So rather than upgrading a component, replacing it with a better one. So anyway. All right.
Gotcha.
Well, we're a few minutes past when we would normally expect to stop. So we'll go ahead and cut it there. And we'll be back just like clockwork the next time that we're back.
Whenever that is.
Yes. Precisely as planned. That's it. Adios.